Happy Monday, I'm Sam Spry. This week we are talking about default. Have you ever looked in a computer or a phone or something like that and it's got a button on it and it says restore to default settings? In life, we actually have default settings. We have behaviors and things that we do that actually are natural defaults. We just naturally do it. A lot of people, they turn to alcohol and drugs and anger and things like that as soon as situations happen in our life, and we default to that. It's not a really positive way to live your life because you're not really in control at all. All you're doing is something that you default to. And it's kind of like this rut, and we actually find solace and comfort often in our default. But as soon as we can actually realize that this is happening this week and actually take control over our default. What are you defaulting to? What's your default settings? And what do you do when a negative behavior happens or even a positive behavior happens that you do default to? Michael Novak said, in most history, societies have not been free. The default condition of human society is tyranny. The default condition of human society is tyranny. So if we actually just default and just go back to what we've always known and what we've always done and what sometimes can feel right, is not actually really good for everyone in general. And that's how tyranny comes about. But we need to make decisions, make choices, and actually step out and make changes within our world so that are for the best for us and also the people around about us. Default settings are not good, they're not healthy, and often you do them automatically without even deciding to do them. Change these things, realize you do them, these negative behaviors. You know, if something negative happens to you, often you see people, they run hands through their hair and they'll exhale really heavily, and you naturally just start to feel bad. Your physiology, it just starts to represent someone who feels bad. Stop doing this because it's not a healthy behavior. Change your default settings. One thing you might have heard William Shakespeare said, we bring forth weeds when our quick minds lie still. Sometimes when we're not actually doing things in life, there'll be actually weeds and stuff that happens in our world that's not really you that just come forth. And it's kind of like this default. It's kind of like by default when you're not entertained, stuff just happens. But you know what, we need to take charge and take control to do the weeding and to deal with these things because our default settings are not healthy. Life will throw storms at you, regardless of where you're at, what you're doing, what age you are. Are you singing in the rain? You know, you could have thunder, lightning, and all these terrible things happening around about you, but there's always joy, there's always happiness to be found in circumstances and situations. Sometimes life will deal you a hard hand, and you know, you just look at your cards and you'll be like, no, I don't really know about this, but there's always something you can draw from to actually find joy in it. Don't default, don't go to your negative settings, you know, don't see the glass as half empty, because you know what, that kind of pessimistic outlook will never get you anywhere. You need to be optimistic and look at it and go, hey, you know what, I can change this, we can get through this, I'm better than this, I'm worth more, I'm stronger, and you know what, you won't actually restore to your default settings. You'll actually go, no, you'll take charge and control in your world. This is really important. It's so vital when the storms of life come. My challenge to you this week is that you don't default. Whatever you've been doing, your natural behavior, I challenge you to actually change that default. Make sure you don't actually use your default settings. Whatever it is, this week you're gonna nail that sucker. My name's Sam Spry. On my website, there's a great resource for you. It's all about you getting from where you are to where you need to be. It's gonna take you 2 minutes. It's free. Check it out. Thank you. God bless.